Hey everybody, and welcome back on FoxeoGames, and this is Dark Souls Remastered, episode... Oh shoot, what episode is it? 13, 14, something like that. You know what episode it is. It's in the title description of the video. So, when last we left off, we helped someone else fight Manus. Maybe we can help another person fight Manus. The topic for the playthrough has been the Manosphere, the Red Pill, masculinity, and relationships with women. If you're a guy and your thing is to be in relationship with other men, I can't help you. I've nothing for you, my friend. Nothing. Except black coffee made in a French press. A beautiful, wonderful French press. I broke the last one, or girlfriend broke it. I can't remember who broke it. It doesn't matter who broke it. It was broked. And after it broke, we had to buy a new one. I actually have one in reserve. 2 is 1, 1 is none. There's a saying, make sure you have an extra of everything that's crucial for you, except for things that are hard to have extras of. Most people don't have a spare car or a spare house. I know I don't have a spare house. I'm not like Bernie Sanders. I'm not out there fighting for the little people while having 2 vacation homes. So, anyway, that's the thing. Fighting for the little people. From which house, my friend? Which of your vacation homes are you fighting for the little people from? All right. We're going to give this a second to see if anyone bites. If they don't, then we'll probably go in there and handle it ourselves. Although I'd really like to go back and level up. I don't quite have enough to fully level. So I guess we'll just wait. I don't want to lose 32,000 some souls, but at the same time, what are you going to do, right? We will use the charcoal pine resin as we get in there. I'd like to get Sif out as well. The coffee is brewing in the French press. Last time we discussed she's not yours, it's just your turn. The idea that you don't own a woman, she's not yours, she doesn't belong to you in the sense that you'd like or want her to. I'm talking about relationships, of course. Well, let's go ahead and get in there. No one's biting. And this is not the ideal time of day. It is morning where I'm at. In the United States of America, where one of the most uncelebrated and, yes. I love how you don't have to actually go through a menu to select Sif. He's just sort of, he just pops up. You just have to tap on, oh shoot. Nope. I can't believe he didn't hit me. Oh, he got me. Just barely, though. Sif, get him! Get him, Sif! Get him! Get him, doggy! Sick him! Okay, let's put the shield out now for a second. Okay, I need to get out of here and heal up. Oh, yeah, I thought that was going to happen. That dark magic is tough. Alright, so we have plunged downward on the French press. Time to pour it out. I'm doing this right over me, next to the microphone, so if I were to miss the mug, it would pour scalding hot coffee on my lap. That would be bad. I have layers of clothing to get through, sure, but still, not the best idea. We're going to go into human form for the chance of an invasion or a summon. I don't think you even have to be in human form to summon Sif for this fight. Alright, let's try this again. I might have had better luck just straight up blocking the dark magic. You know what? Let me upgrade this shield as far as I can. It'll give me some extra stability. That will help with the dark magic. Of course, I will need some souls for that. So let's go ahead and pop the Soul of a Proud Knight. Yeah, she's not yours. It's just your turn. You don't own her. Don't think that you do. Don't think that you can control her. You can guide and direct her. Set up, you know, your guidelines, your boundaries. She'll have boundaries of her own, I'm sure. And in the end, if you... Wait, we want to do the shield. Okay. In the end, oh, we have no Titanite. Well, I didn't know that. Let's go upgrade it. Let's go do this thing, shall we? And we'll... You know, I was thinking let's go grab those souls rather than pop a bunch of souls. But we'll pop souls because we have so many. We'll go to the Undead Parish. It's in here somewhere. They added some warpable bonfires in the Remastered edition. They added some in the Prepare to Die DLC, and then they added some more in the Remastered edition of the game. I'm going to move my microphone for you. I often peak the volume on the microphone when I'm talking. The good news is, though, I have a really good setup in terms of how I use Audacity to filter and edit the audio in the end. So it ends up fixing it up pretty well, and it doesn't sound too bad in the end result. The final rendered audio sounds pretty solid, I think. We're going to purchase 9 Titanite shards, because I believe... Oh, we don't have enough for 9. That's fine, we got plenty of souls. So when you know that she's not yours, when you know that it's just your turn, you don't do stupid crazy things like go nuts when she cheats with another guy. Now, some people think that, well, you can't cheat unless you're married. I don't agree with that. I think you can cheat in any relationship. All it requires to cheat in a relationship is to go outside the understood boundaries, even if those boundaries are not clearly stated, as long as they are understood. So, for example, it's probably understood in your relationship that she doesn't break the windows of your car. I don't think you need to say that. I don't think you need to sit down and write out, we won't vandalize each other's property. That's just understood. I think all sane people understand that you don't vandalize each other's property. And to do so is a violation of that understood, sort of social contract. Just the agreement between two people. Also understood in there is we won't beat each other physically, obviously. I mean, I think that's just naturally understood for most people. So the idea behind this, of course, is, and by the way, I think when you upgrade, when you reinforce a weapon or armor, I believe it fully repairs it. So to save a few souls, upgrade first, repair afterwards, because anything that is... Okay, there we go, cool. Anything that's upgraded, I do believe, is automatically repaired by default. Alright, that's as far as we can go for now. The Grass Crest Shield at +8. However, we'll get more stability by doing more. So let's see, where can we get large Titanite? I know. Anor Londo. But how much large Titanite do we need? We're at +8. Let me check real quick. I could look it up, but instead, I'm going to do this. I need 1 and then 3, right? So 4. 1 plus 3 equals 4. My math, it's so good. So good. Public school system, guys. I'm not homeschooled. This is the public school system. 1 plus 3 equals 4. Maybe. Anor Londo or Chamber of the Princess is probably yeah. That's probably the fastest way to get there. Excellent coffee. I mixed in some half and half. I warm up the half and half in the microwave real quick, just to make sure it doesn't cool the coffee down too much. But what that ends up doing is making the half and half sort of, I don't know how to explain it. It makes the fats in the milk sort of kind of separate, or I don't know. They don't mix as well when they're heated up. But who cares? It's all the same. As long as you don't mind the little floaty bits of milk fat in there, whatever that is, milk skin, it's fine. It's fine. Get behind that shield. You can hit him on the shield, and it's... Oh, shoot. I always forget about that guy. You know that? Where's he at? Is he behind me? Yeah, he's up there. Let's get him before we fight the next one. We're going to fight Gwendolyn, just for the heck of it. Wow. He really held back on that attack. That was weird. I've never seen him pull back the sword and just hold it for the length of time that he did. Uh-oh. Depending on when you come out of an attack, you can get hit by an enemy and have no chance to either block or dodge, depending on the exact timing. It sucks, but it's just one of those things you gotta get used to. 4 shots, not bad. This would be an okay place, I guess, to farm Titanite chunks. You'd only have 2 chances, and you'd have to be careful not to draw them both out at the same time. That causes issues. Now that I think about it, I don't think I opened up that shortcut back there, that little gate. Not that it matters at this point. It would be nice if there were some way to replenish or refresh an area so that you restock the boss. So that the boss respawns, so that you can then summon and PvP and all that good stuff. I'm surprised they didn't make that an option in the remastered version. Oh, Crystal Ember. Yeah, of course. Not a big fan of crystal weapons. You can't repair them. I mean, you just keep making them, and that's fine. They're actually pretty powerful if you know what you're doing. Okay, so I need about 8,000. There we go. That is 8,000 on the dot. More with what we had. So let's purchase 2 more of these. And as far as I know, there's nowhere to actually buy Titanite chunks. I'm pretty certain that's not a thing in this game. You can't buy chunks anywhere. You can farm them, only find them. I could trade for a few with Snuggly or Sparkly, whatever her name is. Snuggly, I believe. So the theme for today is about stoicism. So one of the things, and this makes women mad, they don't want to hear it. Don't tell women this. It never works well for you. I mean, it won't ruin a relationship necessarily, but women don't want to hear that anything about stoicism. Women want to think that you're an emotional creature just like she is. And, you know, to a certain extent you are. Let's not lie. I mean, you are an emotional being. You have emotions. You cannot get rid of them. We are not Romulans from the Star Trek series. We cannot suppress our emotional side. All you can do is try to control your reaction to it. Grass Crest Shield plus 11. All right, let's take that up as far as we can. I know we upgraded the target shield, but whatever. We're doing this now, because this Grass Crest Shield gives us that stamina bonus. I think it stacks with the Chloranthy Ring. If it doesn't, please let me know. I've never clarified that. I looked it up, but back in the day when I looked it up, the game was much, much newer. I think it was pre-DLC. So, at the time, there was no consensus online that I remember. We're going to go to the Oolacile Township dungeon. Interesting that nearly every bonfire in the DLC is warpable. Or is every bonfire warpable? That's some good coffee. So, yeah, stoicism. The idea of being a stoic. Men should, in general, try to eschew their emotional nature, the tendency to get the hamster on the thought wheel, and instead be more stoic in their approach to a lot of things. That includes relationships. Why? Because as a general rule, when men act emotionally, they act poorly. And we see this all the time. This is not the only way they act poorly, but it's a common way. They react with unnecessary, uncalled for, out of context violence. Violence has a place. Some people tell you it doesn't. It does. Violence has a place in our society. It always has. Unfortunately, it always will. It's just how human beings function. We are, to some degree, a violent species by nature, just like most of nature. We employ violence for various different reasons. The idea is that now that we live in a society, you have to control how you employ it so that you're not getting yourself in trouble, and preferably you're not landing yourself in jail or prison. Now, we know that if somebody says something mean to you, unless they're like threatening to kill you and pull out a knife or gun or something, no, you can't use violence to respond to someone's words. If they're using words, you can use words. Don't threaten them back, obviously, if possible. But what you don't want to do is use violence. So anyway, that's I think most of you know how this violence thing works, right? In civilized societies, you have contexts for violence that you have to follow. And that does not include, well, this guy, he offended my sense of honor, so I'm going to go out there and whoop his ass. Okay, well, yeah, good luck. That doesn't really fly in modern society very well. That tends to get you in a lot of trouble, land you in jail, or depending on how hard you hit somebody and what you do, you can end up in prison. So, as a general rule, probably don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Just not probably, just don't. You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea for me to have a different weapon to tackle these guys, because you see how much damage I'm taking. This just requires me to get too close. And then, of course, we can go back and get that last Firekeeper soul if I want to. Real quick, let's drop another summon and see how it goes. No summons for us, unfortunately. I didn't expect any. It's not the right time of day. It's morning. If you apply the stoicism approach, not the full stoicism in the philosophical sense, but try to be a bit of a rock, a bit of a bulwark. Women are typically very emotional. They react emotionally first, rationally second. As a man, to complement her emotionality, if that's a word, you need to be rational first, emotional second. Now, some people go to the extreme. They say that unless your only son has died, or, you know, unless there's some great tragedy like that, you've watched your entire hometown be obliterated by a nuclear bomb, you're not allowed to cry. I would say in general, men shouldn't cry in front of anyone else. If you need to cry, do it alone, by yourself, get it out, and move on. That's probably the best way to handle it. Only on very, very rare occasions should a man cry in front of his woman. I say his woman, not as a sense of ownership, but a sense of relationship. You don't own women. They don't own you either. That's the good news. We'd like to be able to own them, but that's not how it works. And you wouldn't want to have that kind of control anyway, because it wouldn't be real in the end, you know, the relationship. So let's see what we can do here. I can always buy more of this crap, so we'll try that again. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to Estus, but whatever, let's go in. Let's do it. Okay, that's called a blind roll based on sound. I utterly failed, but I tried, so hey. Oh, I dodged way too early. Way too early. Sif has a ton of health in this, by the way. Okay, surprised he didn't do more damage. Okay, the lightning appears to do more damage than the fire. Maintain a steady supply of stamina. You don't want to be out of stamina when he goes for an attack. Obviously, that's bad. There, right there, I did something bad. I ran myself out of stamina. It worked out okay for me, but it's not a good idea in general. Okay, Sif is not over here, so that's hurting me, because he's not doing any damage, and he's not drawing any attention, which is what I want. Alright, let the stamina come back here. This one is the easiest to dodge right there. You just gotta, you can run away from it, you can dodge away from it. Either one works pretty well. Okay. This guy's easier than I remember. I mean, he killed me the first time, yes, but I don't remember him being this easy to dodge. I got plenty of Estus, so... Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to turn my back on him like that. I broke lock on. Okay, let's try that again. So the biggest issue with him is that I don't find the amulet to be that useful, to be honest. I really don't. We could go get it. I just don't think it's that terribly useful in the end. Let's get just a few more points in health if we can. Vitality. Shoot. We're going to have to burn quite a lot of these souls to get anywhere. Because I think I have to get to like 40,000 something, or let's see. Okay, so 800 now. One of them 800 soul thingies, large soul of a lost undead. I think that's either 400, 800, 400. So we'll do one more of those. All right. Oh, wait. Oh, we were out. Okay. Good enough. We'll do a little bit more health. I think health is what's going to hurt us a bit here, because what we want is to be able to tank through some of that damage when it comes to the dark magic. I just don't know if I can get enough at this point. I could switch over to heavy armor, but that's sort of breaking my aesthetic here with the ninja, and I wouldn't be able to roll. That'd be a big deal, because I'm really counting on the rolls here. If you're doing a heavy armor great shield build, you will find this battle to be a lot easier. You will tank through a lot of the damage. You will block a lot of the damage. That includes the black dark magic as well, whatever it is. The human arts, whatever they call it in here. Dark sorcery. You will tank through it very easily. So tanking this guy with heavy armor and a great shield, easiest way to go. Especially if you manage to find not only Sif, which, you know, he's a guaranteed drop there if you freed him, but if you manage to find just one other person to help you in the fight to do some good damage, you can tank through a lot of it while Sif and your summon do most of the damage to him. And ends up being a pretty cool way to get through it. And pretty easy, too. As easy as it gets for Manus, I mean. Okay, that was bullshit, but whatever. Oh, it worked. Sometimes you can get him to fall down. But now I got all these humanity thingies crowding me, and we're not gonna do that. That just drains our health trying to hit them without touching them. Okay. This is the shortcut for those that don't know it. Roll down this way. You take a little damage, but it's worth not having to go the other route. Alright, so we're out of buffs. That's fine. Okay, that was bullshit, but whatever. Okay. Come on, Sif. Go ahead and get him. Get him, Sif. Get him! Get his attention, Sif. There we go. It's a lot of souls. I want him. It's not critical to have him, but it's better to have him than not. Oh, shit. So, yep, I knew I was going to get caught up in this most bullshit of bullshits. That attack is utter bullshit because you get stuck in it, and he likes to swat you immediately out of it. Not always, but this time he didn't, thank goodness. You can't bleed him, which sucks. I mean, that would be cheap, though. Bleed is always kind of a cheap way to go about a fight. It's cool. It's easy. By the way, he can switch targets in the middle of that combo, so don't think you're safe because he didn't start with you. Yep, I knew that was coming. He's got quite a delay to many of his attacks, which throws off my dodges. I want to keep my health up because he does so much damage with so many of his attacks, especially the dark magics. And Sif is just over there doing nothing. Doing absolutely nothing for me. There he comes. Okay, finally. About time he showed up. I got it once. That's something. Come on, Sif, get in there. Hit him. Whoo! Oh, wow, he went after Sif and not me. Good. Okay, that tapped me on the edge there. Let's go in. Let's go in. Oh, shoot. Okay, he's really favoring that dark magic. Probably because I was away from him at the time. Okay, we got this. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, shoot. No! Oh, my goodness. Please tell me I'm not going to die after getting them this close. Okay, I didn't quite roll through it, but I didn't die, so that's something. Damn, I cannot roll that. Oh, Sif killed... What? What? Sif robbed me of the joy of getting that final hit on him. Goodbye, Dusk. And by the way, killing Dusk, I don't think does anything other than give you, what, like 1,000 souls? To my knowledge, at least. I don't know if she disappears everywhere else and doesn't appear in the rest of the game. Wow. Come on now. Really, Sif? I did want to get the final hit. Like, I wanted the killing blow. Kind of stole my thunder there. Well, that's okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Get a couple more points into Vitality. Those are some fun fights. I remember him being a lot more frustrating, but I think what you learn is his movesets. It's not so bad. So, being a stoic in your relationship, it's harder to have a detailed conversation, in-depth conversation when, you know, you're being attacked by one of the tougher bosses in the game. Although, probably for me, the hardest fight I find to be Calamite, because he ends up just kind of one-shotting me at some point, even if it's not a one-hit kill, but it's like a combo kill. I don't know if we're actually going to do the Calamite fight. We might not bother with it. It just takes so long to kill him. It's a really long fight, and somehow I managed to spill this coffee, and I'm absolutely certain the laws of physics don't permit what happened, but it did, so I don't know. Maybe an alternate universe just popped up for a few seconds while I was trying to set this mug down. I really don't understand how coffee can spill out of this mug when it's so low at this point. And it's the mug itself is so tall, so whatever. Whatever. Okay, I think I've got it mostly cleaned up here. I cleaned it all up with a tissue. Yeah, you know, never mind. All right, so I think I got it. And there's nothing, perhaps one of the most frustrating experiences in life is not only just that you spilled some of your coffee, but if while you're cleaning it, you happen to spill a little more because you like lift the mug up to start wiping the mug down, and then you accidentally spill the mug, spill some more while cleaning the mug. That has happened to me. Alright, so I warped back here for the express purpose of this. Well, hang on. Where's Kieran? Isn't she supposed to be here? Am I crazy or what? Oh, did we have to see her before we killed Manus? Was that the condition? We can still kill what's-his-face over here. You ready? He didn't have a chance to even respond, did he? We get his whole armor set, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool armor set, gotta say. I like it. As for Calamite, let's go drop our summon sign, and maybe someone will take it, and that's how we'll do a Calamite fight. I don't find it to be a fun fight solo. Like I said, it drags on. Feels like a marathon fight. By applying the stoicism approach, what you're doing is, as I said before, you're being sort of the bulwark, you're being the rock, you're being the stability to her instability. And when I say instability, I mean just being emotional, not like mentally ill. If a woman is mentally unstable, don't touch her. Have nothing to do with her. No one night stand, no just get to know her, no just talk at the bar or buy her a drink or go out with friends or what. have nothing to do with a woman who's mentally unstable. She is nothing but trouble. She will cause trouble. She will cause problems. She's likely to get you arrested, possibly. She'll assault you, break your stuff, stalk you. It's just not worth it. And you definitely never want to get a mentally unstable woman pregnant. That'll be an 18-plus year-long nightmare of emotions and finances and relational issues. And then, you know, her bringing, especially if she has a son, her causing him all the problems that would come from having like a bipolar or narcissistic personality disorder or borderline personality disorder mother. Boys especially, I think, suffer from that. Well, no one's taking that. There's nothing really else to do here. Let's see, at what point does that summon sign disappear? At that point. Now we know. Don't need to be here, so let's get out. We've got the Manus Soul. Nothing we want from it. I guess we'll go kill Gwendolyn. We'll do some of the optional bosses we haven't hit up yet. Although I think we've gotten most of them. Obviously there's Calamite. I don't really plan on doing that. We'll see. There's Gwendolyn. And the easiest way to get there is what? Let's... Chamber of the... I don't know. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. Oh, well, we do have to kill the... Yeah, we have to kill her first, or destroy the illusion, or whatever. So... I haven't sat down at this bonfire yet, so we should be okay. You do not want to do this and be stuck at a certain bonfire and get caught where you can't warp out because the bonfire's gone, and, you know. Really? Okay, I didn't know you could do that. You could kill her and then get away, and doesn't have any value, I'm sure. But the cool thing is, you get to fight a couple new NPCs down here. I don't have the Lautrec storyline. That can be interesting. Although fighting Lautrec in his 2 NPC summons can be pretty tough all at the same time. You have diminished lock-on range here because of the darkness. Oh, that's bad. Oh, he's gonna get me. Yep. Gosh darn it. I do not need this red summon. Got him. Got him again. Oh, darn it. Almost had him. Close. Even fighting those 2 NPCs. Think about Dark Souls, guys. You gotta have fun, even when you die. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. Shit, I should have sat at that other bonfire. Damn. Oh, well. Although, I think it always respawns you there. Not 100% sure. We'll figure it out. Whoop. So, by being a stoic, you also avoid what I call the hamster wheel effect in your thought process. One of the most dangerous and dumb things men do for themselves is they do what's called hamstering. I think it's the term. Correct me if I'm wrong, but... What? Is that missing? Oh, no, okay, it's just Okay, it's just the lighting. The lighting was just shitty. I was gonna say... So if I go down here, it's not gonna take me where I want to go, is it? So what we don't want to do is to die with this platform moved down, because that's gonna cause some issues. Yeah, so let's move the platform down, but get to the bonfire before we die. We're not in human form, so we can't be invaded, so we're safe there. We push it this way, maybe? Let's see. Counterclockwise? Yes. We never originally hit this bonfire. The physics are wonky on this. If you try to go down the stairs while it's moving, you can go down it, but there'll be some wonkiness and you'll take some fall damage because of how it calculates the physics of distance. It's all screwy. But does this bonfire allow us to sit at it? Doesn't look like it, but let's see. Yes, it does. There we go. I don't know how many souls I had back there, but whatever. I don't feel the need to run back there to grab it. Miracle scroll ahead. Alright, you guys ready for this? We're going to do this solo. This may be our last thing we do in this episode. So by being a stoic, you're avoiding that hamster wheel thought process. You go in, you do this dangerous thing that women do, and it'll end up hurting you. Not necessarily physically, but you go into your head, and then you start just thinking, contemplating, thinking. Shoot. That was shitty. All right, let's try this again. This guy can be real annoying. Oh, nice. Okay. If we can do that one more time, he's dead. And once you go into your head and just start thinking like that, contemplate, what does she feel? Or, was she mad at me? Or what did I do? Or what about this? You know, you screw everything up. You make everything worse. Got him. 2 shots. Or, well, 2 rounds, rather. Not bad. By the way, I've heard that if you chase him, eventually the hall dead ends. Eventually it dead ends. So it is limited. It doesn't go on forever. So if you wanted to, you could just chase until it dead ends, although I'd imagine you'd probably just make a mistake and die before then. Paladin armor, if you're interested, is right here, I believe. They call it the brass set. And this, I believe, and I've said it before, is the only empty treasure chest in the game that is closed that you open and find empty by default. I don't know if anything is ever in there. I've never seen anything ever be in there, and I don't think there is, so whatever. We're at the point now where defeating a boss later in the game doesn't even give us enough souls for a single level up. I've never maxed out the levels on a character. Never had an interest in doing so. Anyway, by being a stoic, you avoid that hamster effect. So, you don't go into your head. You don't sit there and wonder and think and contemplate and question yourself again and doubt yourself and reevaluate and go back through and, you know, cycle through the, you know, and reevaluate the circumstances and think about what you should have done, what you should have said. I should have done this. I should have done that. Get mad that something happened. Get mad at yourself that you let it happen. That stuff does not become a man. It doesn't. So my suggestion is just don't do it. Now, for some people, it's easier than others. So if you're a very pensive person, if you like to go into your thoughts and think a lot, which is something I do, then it'll take a lot more work for you to get out of that habit. You want to get away from doing that and into letting things just be. Jeez, you know what? Just let's pop this soul at this rate. Way overboard, but whatever. So you just stop. You catch yourself going through that thought process. You catch yourself mulling over stuff. You catch yourself putting the hamster on the thought wheel in your head, and you just stop. Now, Yeah, I'm making it sound easier than it is, but it doesn't have to be any harder than it is, and we make it harder than it needs to be. I think Richard Cooper in his YouTube channel, he says, men are experts at complicating their lives and justifying why they do so. Don't overly complicate things. Sometimes women just are the way they are. They're emotional because they're emotional. I remember there was one time where my girlfriend, we were coming back from the grocery store, and we were getting the bags out of the car to load them into the car. And one of the bags, you know, these cheap plastic bags, I hate them. I should go to paper, because they do actually have paper at a lot of places. Paper's so much better. And you can reuse paper, and I don't know, I just like paper better. And if the paper gets wet, it's not as annoying as a plastic bag getting wet and sticking to everything in it. But let's go to... Are there any bosses we missed? I'm going to go through and look and see if there are any bosses that we missed anywhere. I'm sure there, other than Calamite and other than Gwen. And the bag ripped, and a bottle fell out, and it happened to be an expensive bottle. One of the more expensive bottles you could get at a grocery store. It was a large bottle of maple syrup. Very large bottle. So we're talking like about $18. It fell onto the concrete in the parking lot and shattered. And the $18 worth of maple syrup goes all over the place. So, you know, obviously this sucks. That's, you know, it's a good amount of money. For I think for anybody when you're talking about buying stuff at the grocery store. And she basically, she didn't like cry, but she almost started to cry. And back in the old days, if I'd been my old self, I would have thought that there was something majorly wrong. There's some big deal. There's something going on. And I'm not going to go into all the details. You guys can imagine what the situation was at the time for her. But essentially, it was nothing. It was just nothing. Just being emotional. There's nothing going on. And the one thing you can't do is jump to that mistake of thinking that you did something wrong. There's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with the relationship. Why is she crying? What did I do? Is it like there's some bad thing about this relationship and it's now all coming to a head, and the breaking of the bottle is just an example? He's going to attack us, right? Hello? Oh, I thought he knew that we killed Rhea, right? He doesn't? Well, now he does. Unbelievable that he would try to heal himself in the middle of that. Not the best AI, huh? I guess I should have gotten the coin from him first. Coin's almost useless. So, yeah, that's where you make the mistake of thinking, oh, gee, you know, I need to address this. There's something terribly wrong. What do I need to do? Oh, I didn't know you could get that ring by killing him. Well, gee, I would have done that in that Sorcerer's playthrough I did recently, though I don't think I ever uploaded it. Yeah, I don't think I ever uploaded it. I started a playthrough as Sorcerer, but it never materialized into anything that got uploaded anywhere. It was going to be the next playthrough I did on my Let's Play channel, but I decided to scrap the Let's Play channel because I barely keep up with my main channel as it is, so don't need to be falling behind in 2 channels. I'll just fail to update 2 channels rather than fail to update... Or, I mean, fail to update 1 channel rather than fail to update 2. Alright, I sometimes miss this. Ooh, there we go. This is risky. I remember how risky this felt in the early days of my Dark Souls experience. It's a good idea to come get that ring of sacrifice if you ever really feel like you need it. Oh, he only sells 2. Interesting. And the Master Key. I forgot that he sells that. So... yeah, and the golems. Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right. He sells all the boss armor. Okay. That's right. I remember now. Okay. We're not going to kill him. So, yes. Don't get caught up thinking everything's your fault and you got to figure out everything. You got to fix everything. You got to make everyone feel better. And a lot of men get caught up doing this and in the process get really mad at themselves for failing to fix their family and make everyone happy. And then they get mad at themselves and they project their self-anger outward at their wives, girlfriends, daughters, sons, whatever. And so that ends up throwing everything off. And then they get mad at him because they don't understand why he's getting mad at them. And it's a cycle. That's why I call it the hamster wheel. That's what they call it. So don't do that. Don't get caught up in your own thoughts. Just handle things as they come. Take them at face value unless there's clear evidence to the contrary. And don't worry. If there is something wrong in the relationship, she'll let you know eventually. Just keep an eye out. Make sure you're always aware of the possibility that women can go astray. And if she does, let her go. She's gone. To me, when a woman goes astray in a relationship, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, whether it's husband, wife, when she goes off and gets with some other guy, even if it's not full on, intimacy, but is toying with another guy, having that online relationship, all that, she's made a statement. She's made a statement that to her, she's looking for someone else. That means the relationship is over. Be the man, do what she doesn't have the courage and gumption to do, and end it. Because that's really what she wants, even if she doesn't say that. I'm Fox with FoxeoGames. Guys, this is the end of this episode, whichever number it was. I will see you in the next one, which is likely to be the last. I don't think we'll have enough content to get through more than one more episode, where we'll end it. I imagine we'll do another playthrough of some game and continue to talk about this masculinity stuff, because we can talk about it ad nauseum, ad infinitum, ad minutia. I don't know. That's not a Latin phrase, I don't think. Make sure to follow me on social media. Links are in the description. Twitter, above all. And as always, guys, make sure to maintain your frame.